Hello, everyone. This is Andrew and Jeff over here at Young Actors Studio.
Hello, everyone.
This is our fourth podcast, and so we want to give some tips to young actors about how to memorize lines. So, Jeff, what would you say are some good strategies for memorizing lines?
I think the first part of it, and feel free to chime in,
Sure.
because we've watched students that struggle with this, and they get close to the performance, and they realize a couple lines are off and all that stuff. But the first part is spend the first, if you don't, it depends on when your deadline is, spend the first part of it just reading the entire monologue over and over and getting familiar with it. Then the next part is really taking small chunks and figuring out the logic from one line to the next.
And also, just about reading it, this is a big recommendation I have, is do it in a quiet place where you can really focus. Because I think for a lot of the kids and teenagers in particular, they might do it in the living room or somewhere where there's mom and dad talking, there's brothers and sisters kind of running around. So make sure you try and learn the lines in some place where you're going to be able to really focus
It's private,
in.
yeah. The other thing is also, there's many ways that you can learn little bits and pieces. If you're waiting in line for your lunch at school or the cafeteria, you can have your script out, just a piece of it. It's carrying it around with you. I know people that have learned their lines at the gym. I know people that have learned their lines by putting it into their telephone, into their voice system. They just put on headphones.
Oh yeah, this is a really good way, and I think now with most cell phones having recording devices now, is a lot of actors will actually record their lines into their cell phone or into their iPad or whatever, and will play it back. Again, this isn't something that all actors do, but some find it very effective to record them actually speaking the lines. Now, would you say, Jeff, that they should just record their lines, or should they also record the scene partner's lines as well?
They should record, I actually think they should record the entire, for me, it helps me anyway, is to record all the lines.
Mm-hmm.
So, and actually, like when I was memorizing Exit the King, the Queen Margaret said one line. So Queen, you're going to die at the end of the play. King, what does that mean? That's not funny. Literally like that. So you just get used to hearing it.
And as far as, is there sort of a normal time to, let's say, learn a 5-minute scene, or do you find that it varies depending on?
Well, certain parts you learn faster than others. So if you're having a trouble spot and you know everything else, keep going through the text to the end of it, and then come back and drill the problem parts. Also,
and why do you think there are problem parts? I mean, do you think there's any specific reason why it's?
I think different human beings, our minds are just built differently, and certain things are easier to remember. If I say hi and your line is how are you today, that's going to be quite almost instantly easy to memorize.
And I feel it would base the logic, and I think for the actors, and this is why if you're one of our students, always feel free to come to the teacher and ask, I'm having a hard time understanding the logic of these lines, because a lot of time I think maybe the problem parts is when we just don't understand
what it is we're saying.
Why the character's saying this, and it's totally natural for this to happen. I think every actor confronts this.
Yeah, we've solved this, because I just see that actors forget the same part over and over again. You can solve it just by discovering why the person's saying what they're saying.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, excellent. Well, those are some helpful tips then for memorizing lines. You can always submit questions to us as well if you're having a hard time over at info@youngactorstudio.com. This has been Andrew.
And Jeff.
Over here at Young Actors Studio. Thanks so much for listening, and hope to have you keep listening.
With you soon.
Yeah, exactly.
All
Take
right,
care. Have a good
see you
one.
later.
Bye.